The Mixed Martial Arts Hour is back in your life on this Monday, November 8th, 2021. Hello again, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Nothing quite like a post-pay-per-view Monday, right? I mean, the post-pay-per-view Monday shows are always the best. And when you have a pay-per-view like the one we had on Saturday night in New York City, the Mecca, the world's most famous arena. We're not going to talk about the Knicks this time because I've ruined everything since last week. A little pep in your step on a Monday after a pay-per-view like that, right? I mean, amazing stuff. The main event was great. Kamaru Usman still is the welterweight champion of the UFC and is inching closer to making history on multiple fronts. Rose Namajunas is still the strawweight champion of the UFC. Great win over Zhang Weili, a close, hotly contested win over Zhang Weili. Michael Chandler and Justin Gaethje engaged in one of the all-time great fights in the history of this sport, in the history of MSG. Maybe the best MMA fight to ever happen in MSG, and one of the all-time great fights, period, to ever happen at MSG. And that's obviously high praise considering the fact that MSG has been around for almost a century at this point. And you think of the great boxing matches, but that was special stuff. 15 minutes of just absolute insanity. You had 3 great debuts on the card. You had great finishes. There was a stretch of, I think, 6 finishes. I mean, it was something for everyone on Saturday. And today on the program, we're going to talk about that and a hell of a lot more. We got a lot to get to. We got 2 in-studio guests. I am buzzing. Post-pay-per-view Monday? Come on. Without further ado, I'm just going to turn this around and we'll go back to normal, okay? Here it is. Kablam! There it is! Patrick McAfee! Now immortalized on the wall. You never disrespect Helwani in his hometown, his adopted hometown. You say you want to come hang, you come hang. You say you want to visit, you come visit. And you know who was there when I needed him most? It was that man, Patrick McAfee, there with a shoulder to cry on. Cut the music, Frankie. Cut the music. I'm cutting a promo here. This man was there when I needed him in a time of need. And not only that, he put me after Aaron Rodgers on Friday, one of the biggest spots of my career. And I gave America a bit of a palate cleanse, if you will. I gave them something to laugh about after that atrocity of an interview. And so here we are, Patrick and I, immortalized forever. And I hope that sound you hear all the way across the country, the nation, in Gilroy, California, a fantastic little town, by the way, the garlic capital of the world. I hope that sound you hear is Daniel Cormier weeping. DC, get your shit together. I'm waiting for you. Come apologize, or it's me and Patrick riding 2 tandems into the night. That's right. Yeah. Beast Boy Chris Barnett danced to the cage, dance in the cage, dance out of the cage, the flip. I don't know what was more impressive, the walkout, the knockout, or the actual celebration. For the first time, let's say hello to Chris Barnett with that big smile. How are you, sir? Nice to meet you.
What's up, baby? I finally made it.
You made it.
Whoa.
You made. This is bigger than fighting at MSG and getting a knockout, just for the record.
Hands down. Hands down. Hands down.
What about the dancing? I have to admit, I see you dancing like that, and it's not because of your size. I want you to know this. It's anyone before a fight. It's like, man, they're going to tire themselves out. Like you're really going. You're really letting loose. You don't get tired before you do all that moving stuff. I mean, that's intense stuff.
Look, I shouldn't say anything, but I'm going to let you know. It's a cheat move. It's a cheat move. So at MSG, I swear they had the air conditioner on Ice Age. It didn't make any sense. It was frozen in there. And the dancing actually warms me up, gets that sweat going. So if any jiu-jitsu guys want to try to grab you early type thing, like I'm actually getting more of my sweat going in my workout that I tried to do in the back, but froze right up because you try to plan it to where the next guy's going to, get knocked out or, the next fight's going to happen to where okay, I'm fresh, I'm ready, I'm good, I'm da-da-da. It never happens that way. You warm up. Okay, you got another 15 minutes because we're doing an interlude and we're going to da-da-da-da-da to the fan. You're like, all right, what do I do now? So the dancing actually helps get the heart rate up, 1. 2, I can get a little sweat going, and then boom, I'm in there. I'm actually ready to go. I did my little Planet of the Apes walk when I got in there that time because I was like, I feel it. My heart rate's going. I'm good to go. I did the dance. I almost knocked out the security guard. Don't tell nobody else.
I think people saw that.
But yeah, the dance actually helps me get ready before I walk out there.
Why do you think people like you so much? When you did that in the cage, and I'm a freaking, I'm a nothing. I'm a microcosm in this. I was flooded. You better have Chris Barnett on Monday. You better. I was like, okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Like, why do you think people love you so much? Why do you have that connection?
It was weird, man. Like when they announced me for that performance bonus, I think that's like what I actually gave. You know, I came out, I danced, you know what I mean? We're in New York. I came out to the original Harlem Shake, you know, by Puff Daddy, who was on Puff Daddy, G-Dep, all them dudes on that, you know what I mean, on that track, you know. So I gave that aspect, you know. And then it took a couple people to tell me, hey, Chris, that was your first UFC win, but you gave that moment to that guy. Wow. You know what I mean? That was amazing. You know what I mean? So I think that played a huge part in it of me just being who I am. Like, to me, Gain he's an awesome person, man. Like, and so for him to, yeah, we fought, you know what I mean? It happened, but I didn't want that to be the end of his story. You know, I wanted him to say what he needed to say, give out his actual emotions, his feelings, you know, to New York. You know what I mean? That was his home. So I think it's more or less people can relate to just me being real. Like I'm a human. You know what I mean? I relate to other humans. I'm not no superstar. I'm nothing. Like at the end of the day, I'm nothing yet.
I do believe we have Mr. Ian Garry here. Joe, you could bring him in. Here he is. Ooh, some nice music. Yes. Mr. Ian Garry, I'm going to take off my headset here. How are you? Oh, what do we got here?
Nice t-shirt.
You told me.
How are you, man?
Good, great.
Congratulations. Can I open this?
Of course, kind of.
This is the future right here. He brought me some gear. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nice. Yeah,
thank you,
nice
Ian.
Black on black.
Yes, I like it. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in.
Just, like, the fact that even in that, like, I could feel that Conor felt motivated by what I had just said, in a sense of, like, out of respect. He was saying, like, I respect that so much, in a sense of, like, in my hardest time, coming back from an injury, like, this has given me motivation. And he was like, I'm part of that takeover too. I'm like, hey, let's get on a car. Let's get on a car together. And we'll, like, Ireland will explode if you put me and him on a car together. So, like, I'm in. Like, if he's, like, at the end of the day, like, he's the biggest star in the sport. And if he wants to join this takeover, like, we can do it again. Like, we'll do it together. But we were listening. It was phenomenal. The fact that he's going to take motivation in any single way. The fact that he inspired me and now I can give back any little bit to him is amazing for me. It's like, right, anything you've got, it's just returned because you've inspired me to be here. And if I can give you any motivation to help you come back, then, like, off you go, just here you go, take it all. So yeah, it was phenomenal to hear the voice message, and it literally felt like he might as well have called me. That's
I know.
It felt like.
Yeah, it felt like that. It felt almost like we should not be listening to this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the rest of the world.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. It was really brilliant, and I really appreciate it from him. Like, I think it's special that, like, the biggest star in the sport, my inspiration, someone who I looked up to as a child, is posting stuff like that. I think it's phenomenal. It's like a dream come true. Like, that whole energy, like, when I said that, people can't really hear it when over the me and Joe speaking, but the whole crowd, when I said we're not here to take part, everybody screamed, we're here to take at the same time. And that was why, like, when I said this is the takeover part 2, all you can hear is everyone's screaming. So it was very, very cool. It was a surreal experience, and it was something that I'm never gonna forget.
Like, I almost felt, correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like you slowed down right as you were about to deliver that line. Like, you knew you had to nail it, because that clip is going to be replayed a gazillion times. You don't want to stumble there, and you freaking nailed it, 10 on 10.
Take a little break. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I told you I can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Just got to take my time sometimes. It was just, I wanted it to have, like, again, I didn't plan it. I just knew that I wanted it to, I didn't want to rush it. I wanted it to, people to feel it and understand what I'm saying. Like, this is the takeover part 2. Like, when I said it, it's like a wise man once said, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. And this is the takeover part 2. I wanted people
Nailed
to
it.
just kind of breathe with me, and then I also wanted them to know what was coming, whereas if I had ran through it, people would have kind of not heard it. And I'm also Irish, so I speak quite fast when we get excited. So it was just take a beat and just say it.
One of my favorites in the game. Is he here? Is Cheeto here? Is the pride of Ecuador here? I think I've been hearing. Yeah. Hey, there he is, my man, Cheeto Vera in the house. Please come on in. This is my office. Yay. Madison Square Garden is one thing. This is different, my friend. How are you? There he is. How you feeling?
Good, bro.
Thank you
Good
so
seeing
much.
you.
Please have a seat. Man, you're the coolest, Cheeto.
Oh, man.
Thank you for doing this.
This is rad, man.
This is cool, right?
This is where everything starts, right?
I mean, you said it, not me. I don't want to be that guy.
But like flipping on him wasn't personal, but we're fighting. Like,
you say anything to each other after the fight?
I went straight to him, grabbed him by the face. I'm like, hey, man, I didn't mean to disrespect you. It's just the fighting, and we're being mean at each other. We're trying to fuck up each other. So I'm like, I respect you as who you are, how you handle yourself, and I'm sorry again. I'm not that person. I don't handle myself like that. I want to say I'm sorry and thanks for the opportunity, because that he couldn't say I don't want to fight you.
Right.
I want something higher rank. So I say thanks for that, but
what do you say?
People don't understand. Oh, he was like, he congrats me and we hug it out.
Yeah.
But he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
And,
Did you see the picture? I think we have the picture. Did you see the picture?
That's
the picture of Frankie's
it's
face?
It's a fucked up picture.
Yeah.
I don't post it.
How do you feel about, so there's the picture, and I saw even some people were saying like, you shouldn't have posted. Well, how do you feel when you see that?
It's fucked up.
You don't like it?
I put it like this. It's him or me, right?
Right.
So I always talk like this. It's my family.
Yeah.
That I gotta bring the bread home against your family. It's like, I'm sorry. Fuck you for that. I'm gonna do everything to do it for my family, for my loved ones. And that's what we're fighting for that. We're fighting for a better future, for a better, of everything at our homes. But it's a fucked up picture. Like, I don't post that picture. Everybody's tagging me. And even when people, I don't think I haven't, even in the stories, I don't even want to reply that one. The guy's still having a family, the guy's still having a life. And that was Saturday night. So for me, how I see things, Saturday night was special. It will be in my heart forever. But I don't live from that memory. Like those 3 minutes of fame that you're cool. A lot of people make that mistake and then they go downhill because they think they will be in that position forever. That fight's gone. Monday morning came, I'm back in the horse. Mm-hmm. Like my mind is already thinking ahead. I'm gonna fight somebody else. This fight doesn't matter. I'm already thinking on what's coming. And going back to the picture, it's a fucked up picture. And it's almost like, if I post it, I feel like it's a little disrespectful.
Yeah, no, I get it.
If that's me at the end of the rope, and the guy posts it, I don't really care. I got a thick skin. I'm like, yeah, I'm a loser. I gotta get better. I gotta figure it out.
Who's the real champion in your opinion?
Peter Yan.
Yeah.
Like, I always get aggressive when I talk shit about Aljamain, and it's just because I just don't like he always say something about me, like either negative that I'm not that good or blah blah blah. I'm like, don't just talk about me. Like, if you're gonna be that guy, when you see me, don't even pay me attention. But don't see me and be like, hi fellas.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Like, I wanna fight you right now. I wanna in the street, in the corner. Like, if you see me, just keep the same energy. Just keep walking and I keep walking. But like, I don't get that, like, I'm gonna show you I'm a little tougher or whatever. I respect Peter Yan. The guy is solid. He's not trying to be cool. He's fucking just fight. I like to fight. I'm sure we all can talk shit, but keep it real.
Let's turn our attention to this weekend. This weekend, we've got a very important main event in the featherweight division, a massive main event involving one of the biggest stars of the sport. And so let's not waste any more time. Let's go back to the Zoom machine and say hello to Blessed Max Holloway. There he is, our old friend. Max, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Aloha. Have they said you win on Saturday, you're getting a title shot? I feel like it's a stupid question, but has that been said to you or your team?
I mean, yeah, I would, I got five title defensives, and I would like that 6. But, with possible fights and stuff, there are bigger fights that UFC discussed us with, you know?
Oh.
I got to win over the 155 champ right now. You know, we're always on the short list for Conor. You know, we was on that, like I said, the last that before we got injured, we was one of the replacement fighters, you know. And then I'm the best boxer in the UFC, you know. So use your imagination, my friends. You know that it's a wild world today.
Wow. Wait a second. Max, I feel like you dropped a couple of seeds on us there. So are you saying that are those more interesting to you than the featherweight title at this point?
Oh, we see what happens. You know, we see what happens. Like I said, this use the imagination, man.
Okay.
We live in a wild time right now, and
yeah.
I'm super excited for the future, to say the least.
It feels like there's always like a bit of flirting going on between you and Conor. So he drops a little thing, you drop a little thing. It feels like you're circling each other right now.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that obviously Conor wants Dustin or he wants Nate or whatever, but anybody at 45 or 55 after those guys, you know, my name pops up. You know, you can go call Hunter right now. Go ask him who can sell, you know, who's going to sell numbers with Conor, you know, and they're going to drop my name all the time. So at the end of the day, I'm always on the short list for Conor. So we see what happens, you know, we see what happens. First things first, I got to fight November 13th and we go from there. Is there a fighter, like who's Max Holloway's favorite fighter right now? Who do you make a point to go out and watch? You know, the only guy really that I would do that with was DC, you know.
Oh, but come on, man. We're in a fight.
I got it. Yeah, I know. I had to watch him though, because I really wanted to fight him. But that's not on the plan. That's the only reason why I'd watch him. So, but now he's retired. Hopefully we can get him out of retirement, and I can show him what's up. So, and for whatever reason. Did you see him at the Nets game stuffing his face with the chicken tenders? This guy. Oh my God, this guy is next level, man. And so it's with a great honor and respect to say hello once again to Rose Namajunas, the reigning defending UFC strawweight champion, who is back from Madison Square Garden. How are you, Rose?
What up, Thug Nose?
What's happening, Thug Rose? It's Thug Nose, your old pal. Did you get the shirt? I sent it to you.
I don't know. I think there's like some packages on the front door, so I'll go check in a little bit. All right.
I was gonna like, man, did I send it to the wrong address? Did I mess this up?
No.
So I mean, it's got to be Carla next, right? I mean, this has to happen, correct? This is what you want, I would imagine. No.
I would like to. Yeah, I would like to. I don't see what anything else makes like sense.
Is there a part of you that like, not just you would like to, but you want to avenge the loss, right? You want to show you got better. I mean, I want to say personal in the sense that you don't like her, because I thought her message to you, I don't know if you saw it, was very respectful and nice. Did you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like there's a beef there, but I would imagine the sports woman in you wants to avenge that, correct?
Yes. And the reason is too, I believe that, I think what she did by sort of, I think she's gonna give it all she's got. You know, this is it'll be a very like before I said Weili is for sure the most like dangerous threat right now just because of the tools that she possessed. But I think now with nobody else, like now after that, Carla's for sure gonna be the most like dangerous opponent right this second because of where she's at, her last performance and all this stuff, and she's gonna be very motivated to try to, you know, she's fought for a long time. So I would imagine that she's going to be pretty motivated for this huge opportunity. So that is something that really excites me and interests me even more now than it was before.
There is no one who is as loyal as me in this game. And when you're on my good side, I will go to war for you. I will sit in that foxhole and take all the bullets. He can confirm it. This man can confirm it. Can you confirm or deny, Mr. York Ric, that there is no one more loyal in this game than Helwani?
Confirmed.
Yes.
And I just want to say how disappointed I am in Daniel Cormier.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sitting there saying, you know, there was that great moment going into the fifth where Pat Barry's yelling at Rose, like, be professional, 5 more minutes. And I'm like, man, Rose Namajunas, Zhang Wei Li, Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman deserve to know where they stand going into this last round. Open scoring. It's time.
Interesting.
It's time for open scoring. Imagine just once in the fight. It doesn't have to be after every round. Just once in the fight. In the seconds leading into the final round. It's like maybe it's a thing where it's like if you make it to the 5th and final, you get to know. And the scores get flashed in front of the crowd on the screen, right? On the big screen. And we know it's, I can't do the math, 47-46 going into the 5th, right? How is that a bad thing? How is that bad for anyone involved? The viewers, the fighters, the coaches, the promotion. How is that bad?
I can answer how for the viewers, and most proponents or most people who are anti-open scoring would argue that it kills drama potentially if there is.
What are you talking about? We watch basketball. We watch football. Like, we know the score. There's still a ton of drama.
Same.
What are you
not
talking about? That's crazy.
Not
Don't you? If you know that Zhang is actually down, do you want to know if she goes for broke? Maybe she puts it into an extra gear.
Or maybe she says, let me protect my health and safety and just gets out of the fight.
If she's losing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Comfortably
get out of the fight. She's trying to win the belt.
Yeah, or
the one who's winning?
Yourself. Or both.
You can't.
I think there's an argument to be made that both could theoretically be affected.
You mean like a college basketball team going, 4 corners and just passing the ball around? And,
yeah, putting in the performance that protects yourself and doesn't necessarily risk too much.
And does basketball or football get damaged from that? No.
I think it's different. I think, first of all, I think when we make this comparison, and I don't know where I stand, just transparently, I don't know if I'm for open scoring and against, because I understand the argument for both, and I kind of haven't sussed that out in my own head. Fighting is not basketball. First of all, this is an entertainment product more than it's a mainstream sports product.
It's just 5 minutes.
The entirety of this is built on entertainment, fight promotion. It's not the same. You don't have the schedule. You don't show up and play the Knicks on Tuesday. It's not that. So this is a completely different environment. Drama is essential to it.
PFL would say otherwise.
Well, there you go. You're right. Oversight, but yes, correct. And look, in PFL, when we think about some of these playoff matchups and think about some of this, there is a removal of drama in certain scenarios.
You're crazy. By the way, you've upset Shaheen Al-Shadi very much. He's writing me furiously.
He wants the open scoring?
He takes umbrage, as do I, with the notion that the losing fighter would coast. Why the hell would the losing fighter coast?
No. Well, they're not coasting, quote unquote, because they are not in position to
They're going for
coast.
broke.
But maybe, how often do we see that? How often?
Because they don't know where they stand. So in their mind, they have cornermen telling you, you're up 2 rounds to 1 or whatever, 3 rounds to 1.
Listen, I certainly believe, and more often than not, the argument is that the winner would coast, right? If you're up, that you would coast through the rest of the fight. This is a dangerous sport. Not a lot of men and women are the ones who in the final round of a fight that they may think they're losing are walking out there with reckless abandon and trying to end it. It just doesn't happen that much. There are some. It just does not happen that much. I think you would see it even less. I think you would see less of that.
I'm
and
so
preservation.
happy you said this, because this means we're back. This is up there with the Ronda Rousey comeback.
No, stop
this
it.
This is
Not
a
even close.
hipster man.
Not even
this
close.
shows the ponytail. How's it looking, Chico? I mean, it is prime Scott Hall circa 1997. The beard, everything. I mean, you are straight out of Miami. You are next week. Just show up with a toothpick. Unfortunately,
shout out to Game Bread.
That's right. We got. Speaking of great champions from Africa, what about that scene? You guys see that scene of Francis Ngannou walking by Cyril Gane and Fernand Lopez? By the way, Fernand Lopez doesn't get the respect that he deserves as coach as well. Imavov looked great. Shame. What's become of Edmund Shabazian, but he's still so young, he can still be a great fighter. There's no doubt about that. That's the beauty of this sport. You can lose a few, you get back on the horse, you can be a champ. I mean, just ask Charles Oliveira, the next man up to headline a pay-per-view. But that's the dude who shot that with Ngannou walking by Cyril Gane and then going back to Gane and Fernand Lopez and Imavov. I mean, I don't think it was planned. I just think whoever shot that had the presence of mind to follow Francis, then get them, follow Francis back to them. That was Emmy award-winning stuff. Tremendous. What a sport. What other sport you get this kind of drama? Love it. Anyway, I am out of time. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you very much to DraftKings. Thank you very much to all our guests. Congratulations, Chris Barnett. Huggy Bear. Love that guy. I'd love to give him a big old hug, and I bet you he would hug me, unlike other people. Thank you very much to Ian Garry. Congrats to him. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much to Marlon Vera. Thank you for stopping by as well. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you very much, and good luck to Max Holloway, and congrats to Rose Namajunas. Back on Wednesday, same time and place. Until then, I say peace.